I was aware of it, yes. I didn't know when I was going to hit it or if I was going to hit it this year, but just going out there and trying to get every ball I can up so we can win and score points, and just doing everything I can to keep the ball off the floor. But it's a really cool accomplishment.
And then when you got that dig to set up that point to tie it 1-1 in the fourth set, you're coming off the court and you make the announcement. Well, it's kind of
I'm the one that I don't like to be center of attention, and I mean, I just had a huge smile on my face though, because all the crowd, they were just so excited, and to see that many people cheering for you and rooting you on is really special.
Karlie, the Panthers were up 16-5 in that first set, and then they make the big run. What were the coaching staff telling you guys after that first set?
Basically just kind of told us to calm down. We all got riled up when they started making really good plays. I mean, we give them all the credit. We were making mistakes, but they were making great plays, and it was getting us frustrated. And so pretty much just told us, stay calm, play your guys' game. They were kind of mad at us, but they weren't really that mad at us because they knew that we kind of did it to ourselves a little bit.
How frustrating is it to play Bradley because they play such good defense?
Right, and we kind of remembered that from previous years, that they get a lot of really good touches, and I think that's something that we pride ourselves in, and so it's fun playing teams like that. It's frustrating, but it's fun at the same time.
It's fun to play teams that are just like us. Like, we keep the ball off the floor, so it's fun for us to play teams that also keep the ball off the floor too.
You guys came in to the weekend tied with Bradley and Illinois State, all at 4-0. Now you guys are undefeated. Did you look at it as kind of a separation weekend from the rest of the pack going into this weekend? Start with Kendyl.
Yes and no. I think we came into this weekend just like any other weekend, just knowing that we're going to be playing good teams, and whoever we play, they're going to come after us. We have UNI in our jerseys, so they know us, and everyone comes after us and gives us their best game.
And that's the same attitude then you'll take into Monday night's contest with Evansville, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
We know we're going to get everybody's best game because we're #1 in the conference, and I don't know, people like to play
just
well
our name.
against us.
Yeah, UNI, people come after us for sure.
So that kind of picks your guys' spirits up more. It's more of a challenge, not meeting their challenge, but knowing that they're coming after you, you have something to defend.
Oh,
yes, for sure. It's always something for us to defend with teams coming after us and giving us their best game.
And then you led the team with kills tonight in a fourth set. They started making a little bit of a run at you guys. I think they had a 3-point run, and it seems like they started setting you up for 2 kills in a row. And the one, I think you almost put that lady in the hospital. She went down pretty hard.
True.
You get like a little extra adrenaline in a situation like that?
Yes, for sure. In tight situations, I think that I'm the type of person that wants the ball.
Yes.
Because I want to be able to get a big kill to help our team get the adrenaline rush we need to come back, I guess.
So when you guys came back in that second set and won it pretty handily, what's the mindset going at third? You don't want to let off. So how do you just keep that going?
I think just keeping our composure, since it was tied 1-1 at that point, just going in and knowing that they're going to come after us no matter what, and just keeping our composure, not getting frustrated with them keeping the ball alive.
Anything else for the ladies? All right, here you go.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, you take it off.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Oh, you learned
Where's your suit?
I left in the car.
Dang it. Crap.
It's actually at the dry cleaning.
Yeah, it's getting cleaner.
Right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's right.
We look up.
So do you do all these volleyball now?
No, I just do a few.
Whatever, yes.
Helping out.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Once again, I can't see this very well.
Do you want to open with a statement and questions?
How about questions?
All right.
Is that okay tonight?
Coach, what was, know, you're up 16-5 the first set, and then Bradley storms back and wins. Were you more frustrated or worried about the Braves at that point?
I think the biggest thing was when they stormed back, they were playing exactly how we felt they were capable of playing, very much to what our scouting report was. And I think we just got a little bit content, a little complacent, and lots of times when that happens, then you go from that to panic mode, and I felt that's what we did, and then we're trying to force things. Some people are trying to almost do too much, and it's kind of a snowball effect. And so I guess the biggest thing is I'm proud that we were able to come back in that second game and from start to finish execute the things that we were supposed to be doing. But I give Bradley a lot of credit. That's exactly the team we thought they would be, and they did a really good job of never giving up and fighting.
Do you feel like you switched the momentum back to you by winning so decisively in that second set, 25-11?
I don't ever really, I look at the score and I didn't really feel like it was 25-11, and that's probably the coach side of me, but I just felt like they were still doing a lot of things really well. I think we were serving a little bit better, so there are a few balls that got them out of system, or we had a few more aces, so those are easier points that maybe I don't take a lot of times into consideration, but I thought for the most part there was a lot of long rallies between the two teams and just some really good volleyball.
And how'd you keep them up for the third set? You were able to come back, kind of dictate, this is how we play. Third set started going back and forth. What did you get the girls to do to push it on a little bit?
Yeah, I think, again, I felt like in set 3, just a lot of really good volleyball. I didn't feel like the game being that close was, us not doing some things. I just thought we had a lot of good rallies, and they ended up on the winning side of some of those. We had a few missed responsibilities. I guess I would call them blocking assignments that I think hurt a little bit. And then they had some players in there that we hadn't seen on video, and so trying to figure them out and figuring out how much of a factor they were going to be. You kind of have to pay attention to them first. We just kind of guessed with what we were going to do blocking wise with them until they started getting the sets, and then we could make decisions from there. But it's always like, okay, do you put your focus now on the players that are usually in, and what do you do about this new player that's in that you haven't seen on video at all? So I thought, we took a little bit of time to figure those players out, but then once we did, I thought we did a good job of executing our defense at that point.
Came in, kind of the same question I asked the two players. You came into the weekend tied for first place with Illinois State and Bradley. Did you look at it as kind of a separation weekend from the rest of the pack?
Maybe not a separation weekend. I think because there's just so much more volleyball to be played and a lot of really tough matches ahead, I think we looked at it as, all right, this is our opportunity to play these teams at home, and we really want to make sure we're taking care of business at home because those road matches against those two teams are going to be really tough. And I think especially with Bradley tonight, you give them a lot of hope when they're able to come back and win a set like that. I mean, that's very motivating. And so I think we looked at it more that than any kind of separation, because like I said, there's just so much more craziness out there. There's other teams besides those two teams that maybe only have 2 losses that have played a lot of their tougher matches first on the road. So just so much left that can happen for sure.
That means one more home match before you go back on the road this Monday against Evansville.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have done 0 scouting on Evansville, just a little bit because of scouting teams that have played against them, so I've seen them, but not really picking them apart. But a team that, their record in the conference, I don't think gives them justice. They are in every match that they're playing. When you have a team that takes Ohio State 4 sets, I mean, they're very capable of doing a lot of things. So I think, the turnaround time is tough, but, they have the same turnaround time, so that's one of the things. But we just have to do a really good job tomorrow. We will practice a little bit just because I know our kids would not like to not touch a ball the day before they're playing, but we're not going to be able to do any jumping. So all the game plan against Evansville will be just visual and kind of walking through it as opposed to actually practicing against that. But that's we do a lot of that in the non-conference schedule, so our kids are used to that, and I feel okay about doing that.
what are your thoughts about Kendyl joining the 2000 Dig Club?
I'm really excited for her. You know, she's just been a special player for us, and you know, when she came in, we weren't really planning on her being the libero that first year. Definitely plans for her to maybe do that her second or third year. But with the change we had with Amy going to the outside, she started that job a little bit earlier, and she just hasn't really ever looked back. And I think what's really neat about it is I think she's had two of her best matches of the year yesterday and today. So for her to reach that milestone when she's playing really good volleyball, I thought was very fitting for her. So just a great individual, really has picked it up on the leadership side and just taking control out there in the backcourt.
Do you by chance know what the record is for Dig Tennessee?
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry.
So she moved into second place all time. She